Hi guys, welcome back to another episode of That's Why with Tegan. Today I thought I'd talk about a few subjects, but things that have been on my mind recently. Number one is that I'm trying to be more fashionable this year because I suddenly realised that I've been wearing the same outfit for maybe 8 years. I don't know, but I've got a birthday card from a friend of mine for my 16th birthday, and on that card she drew a picture of me, and the outfit that I was wearing on that card, I still have the exact outfit to the T that I still wear on regular, without even, like, I'm not even trying to wear the same thing. That's just like my go-to comfort outfit. So I've now realised that I need to dress my own age and mature myself a bit and actually have a bit more sense of fashion. So hence, this isn't even a new top, by the way. This is a top that I've had for over a year that I've never worn. So I'm just trying to be more fashionable this year. If you have any advice, please let me know, because I'm very used to routine and thinking to what I know and what I like. So this is the first thing that I'm doing, and we're gonna do a bit of shopping, a bit of treat myself to a few more basics, so that I can, elevate my style. I want to be kind of tailored, modern, chic, gay look. But I'm also not very girly. I'm not very overly femme unless I'm going out, or if I have an occasion I'll wear a nice dress. But day to day I'm very tomboy cap, very plain. So we're gonna figure it out, but I'm just saying it so you can hold me accountable, and if you see me wearing the same outfit in public and I know you, be like, Tegan, let's change it up. Please keep on me, because it has to change. Following on from something that I said last week about friendships and how it changes over the years, I didn't see it. I listened to another podcast a few years ago, and in that podcast they said that your 20's is your loneliest time in life, because it is the time where all your peers are doing different things and everything's changing, and you don't really know who you are, and you have an identity crisis, isn't it? What's the other word? Existential crisis? But there are lots of crises going on, and I thought I'd expand on that because I've been feeling it a lot lately, because I am very much an introvert. I say that, but I'm an introvert that has an extrovert's job. I'm very confident when talking to the camera, or very confident talking to a stage, a crowd. I could talk to 5,000 people and I wouldn't even hesitate to me that's pretty normal. But to have a conversation with someone one-to-one, or even when I have to be in the business mind of networking and forming connections there, I hate it. I hate the whole networking. I hate the whole trying to find friends in your 20's. I hate it all. I'm quite an introvert when it comes to actually talking to people one-on-one. I will do it because it has to be done, but it's just not my scene. But it's definitely harder. Oh my god, someone's gonna park right next to me. That's pretty fun. There's actually a cone there so that people can't park there, and she still decided to move the cone down and park next to me, but it's okay. As I was saying, friendships in your 20's, I find this hard. I have friends that I made from school, college, and not really university. That was the other thing, is that when I was younger, I always had the perception that I would go to uni and find my best friends and find my group of people and stuff. which I probably could have done if I wasn't so invested in my sport, and if I wasn't, and because my first 2 years were during COVID, so everything was online, so we didn't really have time, or like we didn't have the opportunity to connect with people in that way. But I got to a point in uni where like, I would literally just going in for the lectures and then I would go home, or I was going to ride or train or go to the gym. Like, I didn't really care for socialising at uni. I didn't like a lot of the people there. The people that I had to work with, that I put in a group with, a lot of them I didn't like. One of them was really racist, which really, like, it was this whole thing, and I had to work with him for a year, and it was just terrible. And I ended up doing most of the work because he knew that I would do it, but I'd rather do it than be in the room with him. So that was my final year of uni. It was just like, I didn't really socialise. I went to uni, did my work, and then I went to the yard, I rode, I went to the gym, I worked out, and then I went home and I did more work. So the uni experience wasn't the one that I hoped for, in the sense that I didn't get pressured, I didn't stay in halls, I didn't have like any social clubs or like societies, so I didn't get to form the friendship that I thought I would get when I intended to have like the uni experience. So that was a no-go for me. So a lot of my friends that I have now are still from my secondary school and even primary school. Like, one of my closest friends that I've had for years, we've known each other since nursery, and we went separate schools in between, but like we've always been close, but like we talk pretty frequently. So I've not really made many new friends as an adult. Most of my friends have been from school or college or secondary school, that time of my life. So now that I'm like 20 years old and I have a job and I have riding, I have a career that I'm thinking of, and like the whole idea of going out somewhere, like how we can make friends as a 20-year-old, because I am an introvert. I don't do the whole clubbing scene, I really don't. I don't really have like clubs or activities that I like. The other thing that kind of irritates me, but like I understand it, but it does irritate me, is that I feel like because I have a disability, whenever it came to making friends, I would always push in the direction of other disabled people. And that's not to say that I don't want to be friends with them. It's just that, because I am disabled, it doesn't mean that I have to only be friends with disabled people. And it always irritated me that I was forced into those, not forced, I was like guided into those situations where it was like, oh, here's a group of disabled people and this is where you belong. And not to say that I don't, but like I wanted friends that were my own age, that had similar interests and similar, like, just similar life experiences, I guess. And also, one thing that my mum always says is that I don't have many black friends, and I need black friends, is what I'm saying. I really do, because there's some cultural differences that you just need someone that you can relate to you in that sense. And especially in like the disability world, there's not many black disabled people. So when I go into those areas, I'm usually the only one. So I don't find my people there. And then when I was at school, I was kind of in a friendship group that there were some black people, but some of them were my family, so we weren't like friendly like that, we were just family. And then, I don't know, I always drew myself to the white people, and that sounds really, really bad, but like, I feel like, I don't know why I did, but I felt more accepted in the white space than in the black space. But not in the way of like black people were more judgy, it was more that probably at that time I was quite in denial about my disability, and I felt like my white friends were very happy to like ignore it. They were like, they wouldn't really acknowledge it. They would treat me as everyone else would. They wouldn't really beat around the bush. Whereas my black friends were actually more considerate and more aware of it, and that probably scared me because I didn't want to be so aware of my disability at that time. But anyway, we concluded that I just need more friends in general. But I'm now 23, and as I said, I'm an introvert, and the whole idea of like going to activities or going to bars or going to social events, I'm like, oh, do I have to? Like, is there a much smoother, quicker way of just finding friends? I will say that social media has been a joy for that, because I am able to connect with so many different people that I would not have been able to meet in person before. And some of the people I met last year, and we actually got to meet up in person, which was really, really nice. And for a long time, especially in my area, I was the only black disabled girl that I knew of that I could like talk to and relate to. And then on social media, I found like different other black disabled creators that are in the UK. And there's so many of us, which is so nice, because I now feel like I'm not the only one, because for a long time I did feel like I was the only one, like I was the only black disabled person that was outwardly speaking out and like creating content and like having stuff visually to see. I was the only one in my area that I could see that I did that. So when I went online and I found other people and they found me, I was like, oh my god, it's so exciting. Because, yeah, it was just so nice to find someone that I could relate to in so many different aspects of life. Like, it's easy to relate to someone that is also disabled, but it's so nice to relate to someone that is also like a black disabled woman. So that was really nice. That I keep digressing, but the whole point of this episode was that I listened to a podcast a few years ago, and it was Madeline RG and her podcast Pretty Lonesome, and the whole idea of it is that in your 20s you're almost reborn in the way that you live, because before your 20s everything is so structured and thought out for you, in the sense that we get out, we go to school, we study, we do our tests, our friends are all there, we go home, we eat, cook, dinner, whatever, gym. Like, there's a routine to life, and there's always people around that you know, and there's always someone to talk to or someone there. And then when you kind of hit your 20s and you graduate and stuff, and you're moving away from home or moving into a different uni, or like there's so many more changes in life that mean that the routine is broken, and although you can rebuild it, it's not the same. And I think young people growing up in the world also struggle with change. I know I struggle with change, and especially trying to figure out, I'm probably changing the subject again, but another point of growing up is that you are changing. So like, I know for a long time, probably even still now, I do not see myself as an adult, because I just refuse. Like, in my head, I'm probably still like 17, 18, because that is where my mind is at. But I'm actually 23, and I have adult responsibilities And it is kind of like when they're put upon you, it's like, this, you got the wrong person. This isn't me. I'm not that old yet. Don't become, like, it's not me. It's the weirdest thing, because you feel, it's almost like when you're a child, you wish so bad to be an adult, and then when you're here, you're like, take me back. I don't want this anymore. There's too many responsibilities, there's too many decisions, too many things going on. You've got to think about so much in life. And I think, especially when you're disabled, there's so many more things to consider. Like, one thing that I realised that my mum was so good at is, like, handling all my appointments and all my, like, medical stuff. She was, like, I basically just went to my appointments. I didn't do anything. And now that's all my responsibility. And, like, I hate it. I hate having to know who everyone is and knowing everyone's information and making my own appointments and managing that. I hate it, but I have to do it. But that's just another thing about adulthood, is like, your life changes so much, and especially with the people around you and that are your age, you're all changing at the same time, so you're more often going in different directions, and that's the first point in your life where your friends that you were friends with for so long, that you were on, like, linear journeys with, you're now going in different directions. And it makes it hard to still, like, hang out and be in touch and keep up with each other's lives. And yeah, that's just what I'm finding, is that I'm a person that really thrived in community and friendship, and even in the sense that, like, the relationships that I look for, they're based on friendship. Like, I like that true connection. And when it comes to friends in your 20s and you're all going in different directions, it's harder to maintain that, like, that connection and keep up with each other. But it's also hard to make new friends. And I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but I hope that makes sense. And I just feel like I'm in, like, a weird position, because every aspect of my life, or job or career or sport, is like, I don't have the opportunity to make friends in the way that I would like to, because where I work, I'm the youngest person by far. I relate to no one, like, it's not really my people, but I mean, they're all lovely, don't get me wrong, but, like, they're not people that I would call my close friends, if you get what I mean. So there's not really that opportunity there. And then I'm an introvert, so I just don't know how to, like, put myself out there in a platonic friendship way and not a business mind way. I've been so career focused for so long, and I'm very comfortable in that career mindset, and, like, even though I don't enjoy networking, I can still do it. I can still back myself and promote myself, even though I find that hard too, because I don't like talking about myself in the way that, like, my mum's very good at being like, oh, Tegan, this is what she does, this is what she's doing. I'm just like, hi, yeah, I do this, and yeah. And that's all I say. And she's like, you've got to pick yourself up more. But I'm trying to be like, yeah, this is what I do, and this is why you should choose me. But even that's a struggle. Anyway, I just started to realise that, like, loneliness in your 20s is a thing. And I'm trying to choose to change that. But it is such a weird thing to, like, have to do, because it is something that you're like, how do you do it? And I think that's also why I'm not afraid of, like, getting older, because everyone that I see that is in their late 20s or their 30s seems or feels like they have their life figured out, or they're at least in a happy space in their life. So getting older does not bother me at all. I'm very happy to, like, I know some people don't like the idea of getting older, but I'm very content with that. But yeah, if you guys relate or have any advice or want to reach out and build a little community, that's something that I would actually love to do in the future, is have my own little community of people that we can just talk about stuff, because I think there probably is so many different spaces online and in person, but I just feel like I've not really found my space yet. So I would love to create a space for myself and for other people where you can join and talk about all things, whether it's disability, whether it's work, whether it's, I don't know, anime or horses or artists, concerts, whatever. I just want to, like, build a community, a safe space for people to talk about stuff. So that will be coming eventually. But I hope some of that made sense, and I hope you enjoyed this episode. If you are feeling lonely in your 20s, it's fine. We're gonna make a change this year. We're gonna find our people, and we're gonna not be afraid to just put ourselves out there more. So if you're on this journey with me, let me know, and maybe we can do it together. So yeah, thank you guys for listening, and I'll see you again next week for more. Love you guys. Bye.